Use this play to stifle someone's running attack and also have phenomenal coverage behind it. Coming up next. Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTube that actually gives you full games of all the tips and schemes I've posted on my channel. I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, so guys, if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, also that notification icon so you can get my daily uploads. Guys, this is a request from one of my Patreon members. My Patreon member actually put a request. He says, is there any way I can get a good 43 defense to go ahead and stop the run? Well, there is a defense I played around with. This is from T Polo. There's a good defense I used to run last time that basically was a defense I ran for 2017 for run and actually for some coverage, which was a safety blitz 3. Now you can find this, let's see if it's in a 43. Okay, so you can find it in a 43 under, but I don't think it's in a 43 over. No. And it's not in the over plus. The way I would run this play is probably out of the 43 normal, primarily because there's a lot of great other plays you can jump into this scheme to go and catch your opponent off guard, especially since you could jump into like a cover 2 show 4. You might want to jump into cover 4. You could build a whole scheme out of it. So the safety blitz 3 is got a natural run fits. Both the safeties come down and play run fits. You got your linebackers playing run fits. You're going to use the middle linebacker, and then your deep corners are going to play off. Now, I do want to just point something out to you guys. You're going to run into somebody that has this player on your team, Bo Jackson, and he's going to break runs against you. It doesn't matter what type of coverage that you have. You could be running goal line. This guy is going to break runs against you. So don't come back to the video and say, oh, I got into some guy that Bo Jackson, he broke one. It's going to happen, guys. You're going to have someone who's going to be able to break a run. So Bo Jackson type players, fast players, glitch players can hit the corner and actually beat you with this defense. So this is a good defense to go ahead and slow down the run because it actually has natural run. Now I recommend that you guys go ahead and add this to your watch later, because I'm going to show you a couple different setups which are kind of high level concepts for Madden. So go ahead and click on this to add to your watch later list so you can come back to it and watch this video, because I'm going to be doing a couple different setups. It's going to be a little bit more of a complex defensive setup. So let's run into the safety blitz 3, and then we're going to run this against random runs. So with the play art, you can see the safeties come down naturally in the box, and what's good about that is that means they're going to be playing run gaps for you. What I like to do is I like to take the linebackers and put them in, because that means I've got more of a stack look. I've got defenders on top of the defenders, and my job is to actually go ahead and play the sideline and make sure that I actually clean up on any kind of an outside run. Now, if you do have run into an opponent that plays a lot of halfback wham, what you can do is just pinch the line down, and that should actually get you some defenders in the area if he does a wham play. So you can see right there, it blows up the wham play for you. Just going to go ahead and crash the defensive line down. And my job is to get out and try to trail. Now the problem is that if you play too shallow with your linebacker, you can get caught up in blocks. So it is smart to basically go ahead and make sure you pull yourself a little bit further back so that you can go ahead and clean up and you don't get tied up in any kind of blocking. As you can see right there, the blocker actually had to decide which area of the field he was going to go after to go ahead and take me out of the situation. So a nice stack look right there. A little power O. And looking like I actually missed a couple tackles right there, but you can see I'm getting defenders in the area and actually basically taking a lot of this guy's options out of the field. You know, you can go ahead and make sure you go ahead and clean up these halfback wham plays for you if you run into a lot of guys that run a lot of strong close. Fundamentally, what's wrong with this particular play is that you could see you've obviously got, you can leave the seam flats in the play, but for the most part, against any kind of a passing situation, you've got a lot of holes in the defense. So one of the adjustments that I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and hot route my safeties into hook zones. This will give me a nice little cover 3. My responsibility is to basically is to basically roam for the run, and then I have to play deep. Now that is a big responsibility, so you know you can get yourself caught off guard if you're not paying attention. So it's critical that that you have to be very conscious of that you've got that deep defender that you're going to be taking care of. And there's some additional adjustments that we can make to go ahead and make this a little bit interesting. But you can see, putting my defenders in hook zones, unless he's playing some kind of a draw play, those hook zones are still going to go ahead and attack the defense, or the run for you. You can see right here, these guys are actually just coming up and swallowing up the run. So this is probably be the look I'd give. I'm going to go ahead and push off a little bit just to give myself a little bit more depth. I don't get tied up in any kind of blocking with pulling guards. And a little draw play right there, which is basically something that's going to be that will be susceptible to this defense because it is primarily zone. So you can see right here, got the guys in hook zone, so I've got more coverage. But they still go ahead and play the run gaps. They're coming down and attacking the ball. All right, so you know you got to be conscious of that run. So what's going to happen if you got that shut down, you can go ahead and run this type of a defense, and you could do basically cloud coverage and basically take away your opponent's reads. But now what's going to happen is you're going to have coverage all over the field, making it very difficult for him to make some reads. So you've got stout run defense. You know you're going to have guys down in the box. You can basically go ahead and hit him with your cloud coverage to make sure you take away those sidelines. If he passes the ball, he's going to get himself in some serious trouble. But your responsibility playing that middle linebacker is that you got to take away those deep zones. So if I got a guy that's running with his quarterback, that's definitely a good situation. And it's very easy to make these adjustments with these safeties. Basically what you're going to do is hit your Y button or your triangle button, and you're going to do the quick adjustment by hitting it again, and then you're going to select your safety, whether it's a triangle, Y, or whatever your icons are for Xbox, and then all you're going to do is pull down in the hook zone, and that's going to get those guys in those hook zones for you. And you can see right there, I've got defenders in the area with the linebackers. And it's very easy to set up this coverage against your opponent if he's running a lot of like crazy blitzes and stuff like that. So once again, right there, I've got a defender in the area to go and take away those fast routes. Now this is going to be high-level Madden to you guys, and not everybody's going to know how to do this, but what's cool about this play is you can turn this into a very fast, easy hybrid cover 2 shell with a quick audibles, and this is something you can do to really mess with your opponent. So basically what I would do is I'm going to go ahead, instead of doing a hook zone, I'm going to go ahead and do a deep half. I'm going to take that safety and put him in deep half, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I've got deep halves now, and I can take I can hit the triangle button and then hit my outside line or my outside guy and pull down to do cloud flats. So now I've got basically blanket coverage all over the area, and I've got deep hats, I've got cloud flats, and that's something interesting you could do that you can do just to mess up your opponent's reads. He's thinking cover 3. He's going to probably think that he can hit the corners. He's not going to, those cornerbacks are not going to play. He's using a lot of basically routes where he's running with his quarterback or whatever. This is another way that you can go ahead and mess up your opponent. And trust me, you can get these adjustments off really quick. Now another thing you could do too is you can go ahead and do a quick adjustment with your inside linebackers and put them in curl flats. So that's just basically giving yourself a cover 2 shell, which he's not seeing in the play art if he keeps going back to the huddle. So this is a good way to go ahead and mess up your opponent a little bit if he's trying to defend against, if he's trying to take care of a cover 3 shell, then you basically give him a cover 2. So very easy to do. Very easy to make those adjustments. So I'm going to go ahead and do these adjustments nice and slow for you can see how it happens. And I recommend using the quick audibles for that, because it's going to be something that's going to attack your opponent with. So let's just go ahead. So right there, I got a flat defender that go ahead and take someone out. So let me go ahead and show you how I'm going to make the quick audibles, turning this in from a cover 3 into a cover 2. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the Y of the triangle button. I'm going to hit it twice. I'm going to take the icon of my safety. I'm going to go ahead and put him, I'm going to hit the left stick up for a deep half. So I'm going to do the same thing for my other guy, which is the X icon, deep half. And then my outside, basically, corner, I'm going to go ahead and hit his icon, and then I'm going to do cloud flat, give that look, cloud flat, and basically I'm going to have myself a nice little cloud coverage on the outside with seam flats. Now the seam flats don't really play that well for me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hot blitz by hitting the right bumper and then blitzing the guy off to the right and off to the left. I'm going to do the same thing with the guy off to the right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and kick up by basically going ahead and zone all, and these guys turn into yellow zones for me. So I just went from a cover 3 shell where there's a lot of holes exposed now to a cover 2 where I'm playing the middle of the field, and I'm going to basically go ahead and throw my opponent off. You can leave the pressure on if you want to against your opponent. You can also do some pressure off the left, which is actually kind of a nice little way to go and mess your opponent's reads up. And you might want to do maybe just a little zone. You got pressure coming off the left-hand side. So now you just basically play the middle of the field, and that's actually going to go ahead and just throw some pressure at him that he's probably not going to use against you. So that's just another way to go ahead and attack your opponent too, to keep him honest about what he's doing. Or you leave the safeties in the blitz. You're sending 6 guys, so if he doesn't block somebody, you're probably going to get some pressure off the edge. You can see this guy. If he didn't make his reads quick enough, let me show you this for the sake of this. This guy right here comes screaming in. He's screaming in there, and because this is a high awareness quarterback in practice mode, he's going to go ahead and make the read all the time. But as you can see, I've got coverage falling back, taking away the seam routes. I'm trying to go ahead and take away any kind of a deep route right there. I don't know why I'm running this way, but as you can see, this guy's coming in, and most people, if they're used to seeing coverages and they're actually getting attacked, they're probably going to give up a blitz on that. All right, so guys, if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit the like button if you like this tip. This is going to be obviously a concept that I'll be running on defense. If I got a lot of 2 tight end sets, 2 running back sets, basically heavy run situations, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this defense, and I'm probably going to go ahead and mess around with the coverages too, just because it's kind of fun to go ahead and do that. It's just going to keep my opponent guessing. But your responsibility is making sure you don't get tied up in the blocks. You probably want to be about 7 yards off. Just go ahead and take away the run, and then play the middle of the field, and force your opponent to go ahead and run with their quarterback. The running with a quarterback, that's always going to be a win for you, for the most part, because that means they have no reads whatsoever, and they're basically messed up with what they want to do with this game. So once again, thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys pick up these tips, and you take this to your gameplay, and hope you guys can pick up some W's with it. So once again, thank you for your support, and until next time.